Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you may be. Thanks for tuning in again. My name is Jean, back with more Mars anomalies in this HiRISE epic. Just before we get going though, just a huge shout out to my channel supporters, Bobby R and Marcus Z. Obviously I won't mention surnames for privacy concerns. Thank you, Bobby. Your contribution is helping me recuperate funds that I spent on these two fans that I recently popped into the PC. They were a bit noisy, the old ones. And then Marcus, thank you for your contribution on PayPal. Your contribution is going towards this new microphone that I purchased a while ago. Thank you for those. I do appreciate it very, very much. Anyone else that would like to contribute, please do so on PayPal or Patreon. Much appreciated. It will be very kind, and it will go towards recuperating funds from the recent upgrade I did in the studio, as well as the hardware, lighting and the like. So some of you may be wondering where the Raptor features in Mars Anomalies. Well, if you follow Unreal Tournament 3 and you're really observant, you'll note there is a player by the name of Raptor ZN, and that's me. So the Raptor that you always see on my channel has got nothing to do with me being a shape-shifting reptilian or Draco creature. It's just that's my online gaming alias. So just thought I'd pop that in there in case you were wondering. No, I'm not a shapeshifter, and I haven't seen my eyes doing any funny tricks. So do let me know if you notice any funny slits appearing in my eyes. If I am a reptilian, I don't know it. So we're going to be looking at this area of Mars. In my second last video, I featured these disc-like objects that are very similar in size and shape and design. And we're going to be continuing in this part 1, where we're looking at the remaining anomalies. So without any further ado, part 1 of alignments and strange objects found near Euripus Mons. The HiRISE photograph we're analyzing in this one is called Textured Surface east of Euripus Mons. And as always, you can find links to the original material in the description below. This was acquired by HiRISE on the 23rd of July 2011 at a nice resolution of 25 centimeters per pixel. And I'll be showing you images cropped from the JP2 black and white map projected file. There's a crop from the black and white low-res JPEG, just to give you an idea of the context. The anomalies were found in this dark material scattered throughout this region. Located in the southern hemisphere, 47.75 degrees south, 112.61 degrees east, in what looks like a rather smooth, flat terrain, almost like a plain or a valley. Shows signs of water erosion in the distant past. So the first anomaly we're checking out looks like a huge structure. It's about 12 by 12 meters, and the circular part on the top is about 2 to 3 meters in diameter. If we zoom in on it, it looks like this is an opening to the right over here, with this piece coming over the top, almost like a type of a little shelter in a semicircular shape. Got two straight edges to it and a right angle there. Flat top, and then this circular protrusion or knob on it, and there's a little hole that's been drilled into the top over there. It's about half a meter in diameter, I would say, or just a bit less. Rather strange object, this. The other one looks a bit similar to it. This one's about 8 meters wide and about 12 meters long. And the little block on it there measures about 2 by 1 meter. We zoom in on it. Also, 2 parallel straight sides over here. Looks almost like this could be a narrow opening over there. Rather strange, almost like a venting system maybe. And then that little square protrusional part on it. So we've got straight edges there, rounded corner and a 90-degree angle on either side. Rather strange structure as well. Then we're looking at alignment of smaller parts on larger structures. This one over here is about, I'd say, 12 to 14 meters wide. And the small protrusions or parts on it, about 1.5 meters in diameter. There they are, arranged in a sort of circular pattern on it. They've got the same sort of shape and size, and look at the equal distance between them. This little one here looks like a small little dome or sphere, and then those 4 dark spots arranged in that circular pattern. We'll be checking out lots of those. Here we're looking at what looks like a piece of debris or wreckage with some other smaller parts of interest around it. This V-shaped or delta-shaped object, I'd say each side is about 6 to 7 meters long. Let's zoom in on it. Got straight sides to it there, coming up to a nice V shape over there. Also top of a canopy or shelter perhaps, looks like metal plate or sheet metal with another piece over here. So rather strange, got these rounded corners to it. Looks like some type of wreckage perhaps, don't know about that either. That piece there too looks rather irregular. That little diamond pyramidal shape on it over there. So this is covered in sand and dust. So it looks rather irregular to be a boulder or rock. And then this item to the right looks like another one of these megalithic blocks, with that hole cut into it right there near the center, and then more alignment of smaller parts on a larger piece. That piece is about 15 meters across, and the smaller dark spots on it range between 1 meter to 1.5 meters. Also look very similar. Same sort of size, and the distance between them is also rather unusual. Lots of symmetry in that line there. And then we've got 3 similar protrusions or parts in that triangular pattern over there. And then there we've got this little oval part or protrusion or knob. Don't know what else to call that. And this here looks like it might be an opening, but straight edges to it, right angles, and then this surface feature there is a bit darker than the surround, so looks like there may have been recent activity in that little spot. Highly speculative on my part again, I know. This is about 20 meters across, and it's got a nice circular or rounded side to it, almost a perfect arc to it there, straight side over here, and then we've got alignment of smaller knobs or parts on it 2 rows over there and another row going through over here. And each of these is about, I'd say, 1 meter to 1.5 meters across. And there's 3 in parallel rows over there, 3 in each row. Same size, and the distance between them two looks rather unusual to be natural. And then a line going through here, also with similar looking parts or features on top of this. And then there's smaller ones following this curve on the side over there. Rather weird. More alignment of smaller parts on top of this piece, which measures about 12 meters across. And those dark spots are about 0.5 meter to 1 meter across. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. There they're arranged in a circular pattern following that arc design on that side. Got the straight edge there with 2 dark spots in a parallel line with this one side. And then going off at a right angle, we've got another dark spot over there lining up with this one. So rather strange. Multiple alignment of smaller parts on these items over here. This one to the left is about 12 meters across, and on top we've got this little rectangular opening. We've got a piece that comes over like a little shelter or overhang over there. It's rather strange. I wonder if that's a little vent, maybe that too. And then this piece over here, very, very unusual. Got a straight line running through there in this design, and then another one in parallel with it there, and 2 rectangular openings perhaps over here. Again, entranceways, venting system, wind trap. Even here there's a similar design. Check out that there. And yeah, this is just a little smaller. More alignment. This piece measures about 10 meters across, and the small parts on it is about, I'd say they measure about 1.5 meters across. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them arranged in this triangular pattern, and same size, shape, and spacing between them almost. Yeah, it's a little bit further apart. Check that out there. That's got some nice geometry to it. And then this weird part over there that's placed on the middle line, coming up to that apex there. Looks like it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides to it. More symmetry and geometry going on there in that piece. Check out this one, another one of these semicircular parts with a straight edge. Now we've got smaller knobs or features arranged in 2 parallel rows going through there. And this piece in the middle is about 2 to 3 meters in diameter. So let's zoom in on it. We've got a straight edge there, and then a nice rounded design on this one side, and then 2 rows. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these smaller parts or items on top of this relatively smooth flat surface. That one could be natural occurring, but check out this next one. Now we've got 3 smaller items on top of this piece arranged in a triangle, and this piece is about 8 meters across, and those smaller parts are about 1 meter to 1.5 meters wide. Check out the rather unusual alignment there in that triangular pattern, also on top of a smooth structure or piece over there. More alignment, circular pattern over here. This larger piece measures about 12 meters across, and we've got a circular pattern going on here. And again, these range between 1.5 meters to 2 meters wide, for 1, 2, 3, 4 in that side there, and then some smaller irregular features in this rounded pattern there. But check out that symmetry, very unusual. And then this looks like a little craft maybe. I featured this in the second last video. However, I didn't look at the smaller objects arranged around it. That little piece in the middle is about 5 meters wide. Check that out, this semicircular shape. Little dome right there in the center, and then arranged around it we've got these smaller parts in a circular pattern. Very weird. Don't know what this is. It might be a little outpost. Don't know. Maybe even a totally destroyed craft. I have no clue. More arrangement. This piece is about 12 meters across, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these similar size and shape, smaller dark spots, and there in the center, this bright object over there. Very unusual as well. More alignment. Check out these here. This piece measures about 13 to 14 meters across, and the little triangle about 1.5 meters per side, placed in the center of this semicircular object with a straight edge to the one side, and then smaller parts again arranged in a circular pattern around it. Some similar designs. Check out this smooth piece over here. It's about 15 meters long. It looks as if it's been sculpted or molded somehow, and that dark spot is about 1 meter in diameter. Check this out. We've got this diamond shape to it, some nice symmetry in these straight edges and angles, and then that dark spot very close to the center, and then these nice rounded sides. Perfect symmetry going on there. This is slightly covered in sand, so we can't say that it's got a similar flange-like design here. Maybe it even broke off. Check out this piece. It also looks as if it's been molded or sculpted somehow. I'd say that's about 12 meters across, and the dark spots about 1 meter to 1.5 meters wide. And the nice rounded design here in that sort of S shape, and then two parts of similar size placed equidistant from this dark spot in that triangular design. Check out this unusual part as well. That's about 8 meters across, and it's got 4 of these dark areas on it, also arranged in a circular pattern, with a circular pattern on this side, or circular design. Then very, very strange straight edges over here. 1, 2, 3, these straight edges this side here, almost parallel to that side there. Another weird item over here that's about 10 meters across, and the dark spot or hole in it is about 2 meters in diameter. Right there in the center, here we've got a nice flat side, straight sides to it there, rather odd as well. Obviously I can't cover every single anomaly. I know there are so many, guys. I'm only showing those that really stand out to me. Check this out over here. It's about 12 meters across, and it's a nice rounded piece, dome shape to it, convex in shape. Check out this straight piece over here. Also, could this be some type of metal, sheet metal or plate over there? Don't know, maybe another hidden entranceway or shelter. Don't know what this could be. Also, right in the center we've got that flattened dome-like feature there. Another one that's a little bit similar to it, about 10 meters across, and the part there that's casting that shadow is about 1.5 meters to 2 meters wide. So straight edges over here, flat side, and then a nice round arc to this design. Another similar piece over there, measuring about 8 by 10 meters, and that little cone-like feature on top is about 1.5 meters to 2 meters in diameter, coming up to a point or an apex there. So right there in the center of this larger piece. Another one of those little disc-like items I didn't cover in the second last video. Here we've got more alignment of smaller parts in a circular pattern there. We'll check out this piece first. That's about 6 meters in diameter, or about 6 meters wide. And what's unusual about this one is right in its center it's got what looks like a little sphere or dome, measuring about 1.5 meters in diameter. Slightly carved out area around it, and then this surface feature here, also a nice round curvature to it. Looks as if this item may have crashed here and pushed up that sand with the impact. Otherwise this might have been removed. Who knows? Yeah, then we're looking at this rather strange design over here. That's about 10 meters across, and that smaller piece in the middle is about 1 meter and 1.5 meters. Rounded side to it there, straight edge coming through here, and then this edge there, 90 degrees to this one side, yeah. Strange geometry. Maybe this is even a fossilized shell, who knows. And then this rather out of place item that's about 15 meters long and about 6 meters wide. Looks like another one of these tombstone like objects I've featured in many videos in the past. Check this out, we got two straight edges parallel to one another, the rounded side here, and then that little dark spot running through the center line. So convex in shape. That's why I say, could it be a tombstone, sarcophagus design? Got no idea. Then this here too looks like some more wreckage or debris, and then some alignment of smaller parts on top of it. This rectangular piece, I'd say, is about 20 meters long on this one side, and it's got a very straight edge to it. Check that out. There as well, got a right angle there, nice rounded corner. This looks very, very artificial. Very straight edge there. And then check out this line going through here. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these similar items in that row. Similar size. Distance between them is almost equal there. And then this smaller part on top looks like some type of wreckage. And then we've got two items here with rounded sides. This one's got some circular patterns on it. And then placed there strategically on that straight edge is that little cone, which is about 1.5 meters in diameter. Check this piece, it looks like another piece of metal plate or sheet metal. It's about 15 meters long as well. Slightly bent up. Check that out. Also has a nice well-defined edge to it. Very smooth, flat surface. It's been bent somehow. Check here, it's concave here and then convex over there. As I say, got no idea. And then this part here, this surface area here seems to be hollowed out. Slightly pushed up over here. So maybe this is also something that crashed over here, coming in from the east to the west. Like all these other anomalies, all the disc-like features seem to have crashed coming in from the east to the west and then lodging into the surface, pushing up the sand on the left. And then this odd piece over here, it's about 6 meters wide, and it's got a little triangle on it, very similar to others that are featured in previous videos. And the triangle also points to the apex of the larger piece. And this little triangle, I'd say the one side here is about 2.5 meters, and that side there as well, 2.5 meters. Got a right angle here too, straight edges. And then, as I say, it follows a line through to the apex of this larger piece. Not a typical boulder or rock, I think. So that's it for this video. In part 2 we'll continue with more alignment and patterns. We'll look at some more rather odd structures and wreckage. And then after that I'm going to do a video linking some of these anomalies that we find on Mars to those found on Earth at Easter Island, for example, Stonehenge, and then even out into the solar system on Bennu asteroid. So do follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or over at my blog, where you can find all these images at 1:1 scale, as well as the zoomed up closer images without the picture-in-picture or text, so you can do your own research using that material. You're welcome to. You can also contribute to my research and work, keep the computer and channel running by contributing on PayPal, or you can become a patron of the channel on Patreon. I would appreciate that very, very much, guys and girls. So that said, thanks for watching part 1. We'll be back with part 2 in a couple of days. Take care. I'll see you soon. Ciao for now.